Hey guys, it's Blix. Today, I'm going to be going over a foundational core exercise in calisthenics, the L-Sit. The L-Sit is an extremely important exercise for those of you who want to advance to more complicated skills such as the V-Sit and handstand press-ups. I'll be going over progressions that will hopefully help you unlock the skill in the fastest amount of time possible, the same way and the same progressions that I used when I was learning the L-Sit. Before we hop into the video, I would like to urge you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy videos like this. But without any further ado, let's get into the first progression. Progression number 1, the hollow body hold. This is an exercise that I've been implementing into my workouts for a very long time. Since 2021, I believe, when I first stumbled across those Austin Dunham videos, those 5-minute Austin Dunham workout videos, where he would use the hollow body hold and leg raises and exercise like that. It was a great time to be a young up-and-coming calisthenics athlete, but this is an exercise that I recommend wholeheartedly. It will allow you to train your abs in a static position, and that will carry over directly to the L-Sit. As always, I'd like to emphasize the correct technique when performing this exercise. Make sure your abs are tense the whole time, and your hands should be above your head with your arms sandwiching your ears. Hold this position for 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds. In the beginning, 15 to 20 seconds is just fine. Once you're able to hold it for more than 30 seconds, you're ready to move on to progression number 2, the tucked L-Sit. This is where most of the beginner to intermediate level calisthenics athletes will naturally find their L-Sit when they attempt it for the first time. The tucked L-Sit is not extremely difficult, and with a few weeks of training, you should be able to attain this fairly easily. However, from this point forward, the training becomes a little bit more important. For the tucked L-Sit, I recommend doing it on the floor, but if you're not at that level yet, then you can learn on the parallettes. L-Sit on the floor will always be more difficult than on parallettes. To this day, I'm not entirely sure why, but regardless, 20 to 30 seconds, same as before. When you can hold it for 30 seconds plus, you're ready to move on to the next progression. One of the most important things to focus on when you're learning the L-Sit and its progressions is pelvic tilt. I'd like to emphasize pelvic tilt because in my opinion, it's an extremely important aspect of training for the L-Sit. Here's an example of pelvic tilt. Non-tilt, tilt. 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 Now imagine you're holding your tucked L-Sit and you tilt your pelvis. That position right there that you just felt is the key, or one of the keys at least, to unlocking the L-Sit. Now that you understand pelvic tilt and how it plays an important role in your training for the L-Sit, let's move on to progression number 3. After about 2 weeks of consistent and focused training, implementing exercises like hollow body holds and tucked L-Sits, you should be able to attain the single leg L-Sit. I recommend yet again training it on the floor, palms flush against the ground if you can, but if you're not at that level yet, parallettes is just fine. The important part is to keep the pelvic tilt and try and extend your leg as far out as you can and hold that position. 15 to 30 seconds. Once you can hold it for 30 seconds plus, you're ready to move on to the next progression. But as always, when working with single leg exercises, I want you to alternate. First set, right leg, second set, left leg, and so on for 3 to 4 sets. The fourth and final progression is the alternating L-Sit. Once you've graduated from the tucked L-Sit to the single leg L-Sit, you're ready to do alternating. Essentially, the position is the same as the single leg L-Sit. However, instead of holding that fixed position with your leg extended for 15 to 30 seconds, you're going to be alternating. Yet again, on parallettes or on the ground, emphasize a slow and controlled movement as you extend one leg while keeping the other leg tucked, and then retract the leg that's extended and bring the other leg out. Third time I'm going to say this, but slow and controlled. Try and maintain your pelvic tilt as much as you can. 10 to 20 reps per leg if possible, but starting out with 5 to 10 is just fine as well. But the more reps you can do, the easier it will be for you to eventually graduate onto the full L-Sit. In my honest opinion, the L-Sit to handstand is cool, I suppose, but the L-Sit, the V-Sit, it's alright, take it or leave it. Visually, It's fine. It's not my favorite, far from my favorite calisthenics exercise, but I will say this. The practical strength and the carryover from the L-sit, the strength you need to acquire to be able to hold the L-sit does have its carryovers. For example, front and back lever are also quite ab-dominant exercises. The dragon flag, very ab-dominant. So you may not necessarily like the L-sit or the V-sit, or even want to be able to do a press to a handstand. That might not be your final goal, but I recommend still trying to learn the L-sit, training the muscles necessary to attain the L-sit skill, because that will have direct carryover to other much more advanced, more visually appealing calisthenics skills, which is why I wanted to make this tutorial. One last important note before I end this video. I wanted to make this tutorial for the aforementioned reasons, but I also think that the L-sit is a cool calisthenics exercise for beginners who are easing into calisthenics and starting to take it more seriously. There is no set amount of time that it will take any given person to unlock a specific calisthenics skill, and that's kind of an abstract sentence, but basically, every person is different. It will take everyone a different amount of time to learn certain skills. That's just how it is. Like I said, be patient and be consistent and recover well. Those are the three most important things. The training is fine, but get your sleep, eat well, recover, rest, and you will unlock this skill and any other skill that you want to in no time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your feedback in the comment section below. Any video ideas you want me to make, leave them down there. I read all the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Be well.